Hi, I'm Bob Weir with another interview of People in the News in North Texas. My guest today is Kim Muench, a local columnist and author who has recently written a marvelous book about parenting. Thanks for being here, Kim.
Bob, I am very happy to be talking with you today.
Well, I'm happy to have you here. Please give us some background information such as education, occupation, etc.
Sure. Well, I'm a flower mound mom of 5 whose kids range in age at this point from 16 to 34, and I am a certified conscious parenting coach through the Jai Institute for Parenting, and that means that I help parents kind of shift the way they look at their role as mom and dad to one of with their kids rather than over them, because as time has gone on, we have learned so much more about children's brains and their development, as well as how they best respond and what they need from mom and dad. So I'm a conscious parenting coach, a mother of 5, and what brought me to my work was, of course, my own parenting challenges. My eldest son is 11 years sober, but struggled for quite a bit of time with an addiction to alcohol. And it was me learning how to parent a child through addiction, navigating that very, what am I doing that might be supporting, what am I doing that might be not supporting but enabling, that navigating that line that caused me to go back to college. And what I didn't say initially is that I had my eldest son as a teenager. And so I came to motherhood very early and brought him into the marriage that I now have with my husband. I've been married almost 30 years and we have 4 kids together. But I came into the marriage with a 3-year-old. So I had stopped college, become a mom, got married, had more kids, and this precipitating event with my son and his addiction is what brought me back to college. I finished my last 60 credits online through Argosy University in Dallas and graduated to, my intention was to become a licensed chemical dependency counselor and work with teenagers. But along that route, after passing the state exam and starting to work with teens, I realized that teens weren't who I wanted to work with, but it was parents and supporting them. So that is when I shifted into parent coaching, and I've been working with parents specifically of adolescents since 2016.
Well, I'm looking forward to reading this book. If you want to tell us a little more about Becoming Me While Raising You. Wonderful title, by the way.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah, that title came to me a couple of years ago, and it really, it took a while for me to get the book to where I think it really reflects the intensity and the importance of the title. So the book looks at the 6 limiting beliefs that I took on in my childhood that played out over and over again in my marriage and in my parenting for many years, until I really went through some turbulent times, again, as a result of my oldest son, but also a personal, really awakening as to who I am and what my purpose is and how I want to help people. So I looked at, one of the things that I took on in childhood is that I wasn't worthy of being heard. And there's a very everyday event that took place in my parents' home that the book really will illustrate intensely, but it's in these mundane moments that sometimes our kids take on beliefs that don't serve the relationship to them, and they most definitely don't serve the relationship to other people in their lives. So that book takes you through not only these beliefs that I took on, but how they played out through the addiction, my son's addiction, and then how I've learned to shift those beliefs and help other people.
Yeah, the challenges of parenthood, something that you have to experience to understand at all, if you even understand it after that. You also have a digital TV show. You want to tell us about that?
I do. It's also the same title, Becoming Me While Raising You. And it's where I interview other moms who are balancing being a present parent with building business. So it's 10 or 15-minute increments. You can find them on my YouTube channel, and I really enjoy speaking to other moms who are looking to, be that parent who's there while also building up something that's meaningful to them.
And then you also have a huge assortment of TikTok videos with valuable information about parenting. When I clicked on, because when you sent me the information for your bio and I clicked on, I was amazed that you made so many TikTok videos, and there's loads of information, and each one of them you can do it in 2 or 3 minutes sometimes.
Yeah.
A video, one after another, and different subjects about parenting. It's really well done, so I want to commend you for that. On something else, how important is it that parents get involved in their children's education and their schools?
I think that it's very important, especially now. I mean, my kids have always gone to public school, and we've had a very good experience with that. But not every family does. And I do think that it's important for parents to be involved in their school that their child is with, because, I mean, let's face it, our kids are at school more than they're at home, right? And this is a very important environment for us to be in unity with as much as possible with our schools. And so, if you're never involved, how do you know what's going on and what's important, especially when your kid spends most of the time there?
There's an awful lot of influence that comes from the schools, and parents have to have at least an equal amount of influence in the raising of their children, I imagine. How about bullying? That's an age-old problem for students. How can parents detect if their child is being bullied?
That's a really good question. And what I'd say is this: for parents to know what's going on with their kids, whether it's bullying or some other mental health aspect, they have to be taking, this is going to sound counterintuitive, but they need to be taking good care of themselves. So mom and dad need to be taking good care of themselves so that they are emotionally available to their kids. When our parents are so busy or stressed or not in tune with kind of what's going on with the kids and not noticing the behaviors that might be different, to your point, if a kid is being bullied, they may not want to go to school. They may all of a sudden, have a lot of stomach aches. What we have to reckon with as parents now is that it's not just the schoolhouse or the school, that they could be bullied on. These kids with phones and stuff, it goes on all the time. Yeah. So it is very important for us as parents to take good care of ourselves so that we are emotionally available and tuned to our kids. Our kids will not come to us with their problems if they can feel or sense or know that we're preoccupied and we're not really listening.
Yeah, and bullying is something that can stay with them for life.
Very, very much.
Serious emotional problems can come as a result of it. I often wonder, do you think parents are really ever prepared for the role of raising children?
Well, I'm going to say no. I'm going to say I don't think you could possibly be. And as a mom of 5 who started very young, I certainly didn't know exactly what. But I will tell you this. We are the manual in which our grandchildren will be raised. So it's important to take very serious care of you as you parent and to educate yourself.
All right, well, we have only a couple minutes left. Does a parent know how much discipline is going to work with their child? That's sometimes very hard to gauge, the type of discipline you should use.
I work with parents to look back, to move forward. I want them to look at their own upbringing, to think about what worked and what didn't. Because sometimes, the harsh or the punitive type of thing may work in the short term, but not in the long term.
Yeah. You have a website, right?
I do.
What is it again?
It's reallifeparentguide.com.
All right, I believe that's on the written portion as well. Is there anything else, Kim, that you'd like to add before we close?
Oh my goodness, I appreciate you, Bob, and this community, and I know that parents are at times, especially in the last year or so, have lacked some confidence when it comes to parenting. And I just want to say that there is help and there are places to get help.
Well, thank you so much for writing this very important book. I'm really looking forward to getting into it. Thank you so much for being here, Kim, and Merry Christmas to you and family.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
And thank you for watching.